Hello friends, welcome to our channel, and in this video we will talk about the Diophantine equation. Now I am currently running a series that is Mathematical Olympiad series, and in this series what I am trying to discuss about such topics which are relevant to Math Olympiad. So if you are Math Olympiad aspirant, then definitely this video is for you. And if you are new to my channel, please subscribe my channel, and if you like the video, please hit on the like button and share to your friends who are aspirant of Math Olympiad or who are mathematics lover. So let's begin. Now, before going to the topic, I want to introduce myself. I am Rajdev Bhadro. I am currently doing my Bachelor of Engineering in Jadavpur University in Information Technology branch, and I have previously qualified this exam up to 3 stage, that is INMO. So, that's why I think you should believe in me for this course. So let's begin. Now, what is Diophantine equation? Now, Diophantine equations are such type of equations which involving exactly two independent variables. Now, for example, that is 2x plus 3y equal to 6, where x and y are variables. Here we see that x and y, two are independent variables, and in this equation there are two independent variables that are x and y. So this is a Diophantine equation. So consider another example like 2x plus 3y plus 5z equal to 9. Consider this example. In this example, there are three independent variables that are x, y, and z. Since there are three independent variables, that's why this is not a Diophantine equation. See the name carefully. That is Diophantine equation. The name is Diophantine equation. So the name here, that is di. A word. The prefix word is di. Di means two. You know, the di is the prefix di means indicates two. Why this is indicates two? Because such type of equation there involves only two independent variables, like this example 2x plus 3y equal to 6. So why this is called Diophantine equations. And so let's proceed. Now, why to learn Diophantine equations? Why we learn Diophantine equation? What is the need in Math Olympiad exam? Actually, in Math Olympiad exam there will be several problems which involves to obtain the solutions of a Diophantine equation. So actually you are not directly given a problem sorry, you will not be directly given a problem for a solution of Diophantine equation. What will happen that you will be given a particular problem. When you solve that problem, try to solve that problem you will get a Diophantine in the intermediate step. You will get a Diophantine equation, and you have to solve that equation in order to proceed in the given problem. So you can understand the importance of Diophantine equation, learning Diophantine equation, because it is very much important for problem solving in Math Olympiad. So in most number theory problem, Diophantine equation solving is somehow related in exam, because you are not directly given a problem of Diophantine equation, but still you need to apply it in some other problem. So learning Diophantine equation is very much important for Math Olympiad exam. Now, how to obtain solution of a particular Diophantine equation? We already know what a Diophantine equation is, and in this tutorial we will learn how to obtain a solution of a Diophantine equation. Now suppose you are given a Diophantine equation like 2x plus 3y equal to 6, and you are asked to determine all possible solution of this equation. Now you know there are infinite number of solutions, because there are two independent variables and there is only one equation. Since the number of variables is greater than the number of equations, so this number of solution is infinite. You know already that. So but can we generate a formula through which we can generate all possible pairs of x and y? Can we generate? The answer is definitely yes, and in this tutorial I will going to show you that formula, and we're going to share that formula. So let's begin. Now here I have given a problem statement. The problem statement says that find all possible solutions pairs x and y of the following Diophantine equation. So what are the Diophantine equation is? The Diophantine equation is 17x plus 13y equal to 5. The Diophantine equation is given, and you are asked to find all possible pairs x and y of the equation. Now how we proceed, how we obtain the solution? So at first, suppose this is the general form of Diophantine equation is ax plus by equal to c, where a, b, and c are integers. This is a general form of any Diophantine equation. So compare this Diophantine equation with this. We get a equal to 17, b equal to 13, and c equal to 5. So how to proceed? How to obtain the solution. So for that, at the first step is check GCD of A and B. What A and what B? A is the coefficient of X and B is the coefficient of Y. So for this example, 17x plus 13y equal to 5. The coefficient of X is 17 and the coefficient of Y is 13. So if we calculate the GCD of 17 of 13, we get 1. The GCD of 17 and 13 is 1. And we see in the what if GCD of A, B divides C, then we are sure that the solution exists. So here C is 5. So we see here, we see that GCD of 17 and 13 is 1 and 1 divides 5. So since 1 divides 5, that means there the solution exists. Sorry, here will not be exists, there will be exist. Sorry for grammatical mistake. And now come to the next step. What is the step 2 says? After that, what you have to done, please watch carefully. Now the equation which is given is that 17x plus 13y equal to 5. This is given, and we have to obtain the solution of this equation. Now how we can do that? At first, see the coefficients of X and the coefficient of Y, coefficient of X and coefficient of Y, and compare those two coefficients, which is greater. Definitely 17 is greater and 13 is smaller. So what the first step is that we just divide 17 by 13. After dividing 17 by 13, what we get? We get 1 as a quotient and 4 as a remainder. We will get 4 as a remainder. The remainder is, so after dividing 17 by 13, we get 1 as a quotient and 4 as a remainder. What we have done? After we have written the, sorry, this what we have done, we have just written that division in that way. 17 equal to 1 into 13 plus 4. What we have done, we have divided 17 by 13. After that, we have represented the division in that way. 17 equal to 1 into 13 plus 4. Now in the next step, what we have done, what we'll do that in the division, the divisor is 13, the dividend is 17, the quotient is 1, and the remainder is 4. After that, we will make this remainder as a divisor, and this divisor as a dividend. And after dividing it, we will get 3, 12. We get 3 as a quotient and 1 as a remainder. After that, we will get that, and we will represent this division in a particular format, like that. We will represent that particular division in this particular format. 13 equal to 3 into 4 plus 1. Now after next step, we will make this divisor here. In this division, the divisor is 4 and the remainder is 1. So after the next step, what we will do, we will make this divisor 4 as a dividend and this remainder 1 as a divisor. So what we will get, in this division we will get 4 as a quotient and 0 as a remainder. So we will continue this way. At first what we will do, we will compare the coefficients of X and Y, and the greater coefficient will be the dividend and the smaller coefficient will be the divisor. After completing the division, we will get a quotient and a remainder. After the division, we will make the divisor as a, in the next step, we will make the divisor as a dividend and the remainder as a divisor. Remember this thing here, the 13 is the divisor, and we will make this divisor in the next step as a dividend, and the remainder 4 we will make in the next step as a divisor, and again perform that the same division. And in this division, we will get 3 as a quotient and 1 as a remainder. And in the next step, we will this one remainder became the divisor, and the divisor 4 become the dividend in the next division, and we will continue this process until we get the division, the remainder 0. Until we get 0, we will continue this division process. In this division we will already get 0, so we'll no further division we will can make. Now after each division we will represent each division by this way. At first we divided 17 by 13 and we represent the division like this way: 17 equal to 1 into 13 plus 4. Now after that we have divided 13 by 4 and we represented this division like this way, and after that we divided 4 by 1, so we represent 4 by division of 4 by 1 like this way. Now after that we will get 0. So continue this pattern until we get 0. Now what we will do, now after the second line we obtain, now this in the second line what is we obtain, that we obtain 13 equal to 3 into 4 plus 1. So 13 equal to 3 into 4 plus 1. Now we will transfer this portion into the left hand side. So 1 equal to 1 into 13, here the only 13 exists, that means 13 equal to 1 into 13 minus 3 into 4. Now what we have to do, we have to, now after that what we have done that, and the next step we have done 1 into 13 remains same, minus 3 into, we replace 4 by this. And how we get this thing, we see the first line. In the first line we get 17 equal to 1 into 13 plus 4. So keeping 4 in the right hand side, we can transfer 1 into 13 in the left hand side, and after putting it in the left hand side we will get 4 equal to 17 minus this thing, 17 minus 1 into 13. So we have just nothing that replace 4 by 17 minus 1 into 13, which we will obtain from the first line. Now after evaluation, 1 equal to 1 into 13 minus 3 into 17, we will just calculate it, plus 3 into 13 equal to 5. We have just multiply 5 in both sides, like 5 equal to minus 15 into 17 plus 20 into 13. And this is in form of 17x plus 13y equal to 5. So what is our main intention? With using this line, our main intention is to generate a form that is 17x plus 13y equal to 5. Like here we have got the same pattern, that is 17x into 13y equal to 5. Hence we have obtained a solution, that is x equal to minus 15 and y equal to 20. Again, get me properly. What we have with using these things, these relations, what we want to try to compute, we want to get the form that is 17x plus 13y equal to 5. Here we have succeeded to get that form, that is 17 into x plus 13 into y, where the value of x is here minus 15 and the value of y is 20 and equal to 5. That means we have already obtained a solution. The solution is x equal to minus 15 and y equal to 20. And we have already obtained a solution. How we obtained a solution? With using these things. Now that's why we calculated the previous division, and this is the reason. With using these divisions we can obtain a solution, a particular solution of this Diophantine equation. We can at least obtain a particular solution of the Diophantine equation, and in this case we obtain x equal to minus 15 and y equal to 20. So what is our main intention? At first our main intention is to get a particular solution, only one solution. How we can obtain? We can obtain by this division process, and after the division process we will pick up the last line. The last line is 4 into 1 plus 0. Before the last line we will always take the line that is before the last line. Before the last line, the relation before the last line, that is 13 equal to 3 into 4 plus 1. We have just put it here, and our intention is to generate a form that is in form of 17x plus 13y equal to 5. Now in that case, 1 equal to, we just put it in right hand side, that is 1 equal to 1 into 13 minus 3 into 4. And here we have already got 13 as a coefficient, but the next but we cannot get 17. Here is 4. There is not 17, there is 4. Now somehow I have to replace 4. In this line, our intention is, we have already got 13. For the coefficient 13, I have no tension, but I have to take tension for the line for the coefficient 17. Somehow I have to import the coefficient 17 from this 4. How we can import that? I can get it using this first line. In this first line I can replace 4 by this. Now I think it is clear to you what is our intention. Our intention is, at first do as I have said previously. Now after that, just take the last before the last line, that means the last line and the before that line, like this line. After taking this line, we have to transform this line into such form, 17 the given equation form, that is 17x plus 13y equal to 5, this form. We have to transform it, transform this thing to this line to this line. How we can do it? In here I have done it, that already I have just transferred this 3 into 4 into left hand side at first. After that, already 13 exists, so I have to just import 17, but here is 4, there is not 17. So what we have to do, I have to replace 4 by 17. So if we compare the first line, in the first line I can get that 4 equal to 1 into 17 minus 1 into 13. 17 minus 1 into 13, I just replace 4 by this, which I obtained from this line. Now after that I have got that 1 equal to 1 into 13 minus 1 into minus 3 into 17 plus minus 3 into 17 plus 3 into 13. If we add that, observe here, 1 into 13, that 1 into 3 into 13. Then after adding those, we get minus 3 into 17 plus 4 into 13. I got, and after that I have just multiplied both sides with 5. After that we got minus 15 into 17 plus 20 into 13. That's why we have obtained the form 17x plus 13y equal to 5. So our task is nothing, we just pick up the line last before the last line, the line which is lies before the last line, I mean this line, and we have to transform this line into this form. And how you will do that, you have to think by yourself. I have just show you the algorithm how you have to proceed. Now the next step is that we have already got the solution. Sorry, this is not that. So for example, in the previous problem, 17x plus 13y equal to 5, we get one solution pair, that is c equal to minus 15 and d equal to 20. So suppose CD is a solution pair, and in the previous example we have got a solution, that is we have already here sorry, I have just mismatched sorry, continue here. Now x equal to 15 and y equal to 20 is a possible solution. We know it. X equal to from this slide we have got that x equal to 50 minus 15 and y equal to 20 is a possible solution. Now how you can use this solution to obtain other solution? We know we have infinite number of solutions, and I have to generate other solution using this only solution. How we can do that? And here I will discuss it briefly. So here x equal to 15 and y equal to 20 is a possible solution. Now there is not only one solution but infinite number of solutions, but here we get only one solution. Now the question is whether we can get other solutions using this one solution. The answer is yes. To obtain other solution, we have to use a particular formula, and the formula I have discussing below. The formula is that suppose C and D is a solution pair of a Diophantine equation, that is Ax plus By equal to C. Suppose the Diophantine equation is given, that is Ax plus By equal to C, and we already know a solution of this equation, that is CD, where A, B, C are integers. Sorry, here I should use E. Here I should use E because for that case both two matches. So sorry for that. For E are integers. Now then the general solutions are x equal to C denotes the first solution, C minus B, just note down these formulas, B by GCD of A B into K, and y equal to D plus, here see that, observe carefully, here is minus and here is plus. The sign conversion is very important, because if you forgot the sign in the examination hall, then you may feel difficulty. So everyone please remember this sign. To obtain the x, the value of x, we use minus, and to get the value of y, we always get plus. We use plus. Now y equal to D plus A divided by GCD of A into B, AB into K. What is the K? The K is any integer. You can put any value, any integral value. the k represent any integer value. Now b is the coefficient of y, a represent the coefficient of x, and c represent the for x for this solution, and y represent, sorry, d represent this solution. Using this formula we can generate other solutions using putting different values of k. Now I have given you some examples. Like, for example, in the previous problem, the problem is that 17x plus 13y equal to 5. Now we get one solution pair, that is c equal to minus 15 and d equal to 20. Now using this one solution pair we can obtain other solutions also, and using that formula I have mentioned previous slide. So using the previous formula we obtain x equal to the value of c minus 15 minus, I have mentioned that to obtain the value of x we use minus sign, and to use the value of y we use plus sign. Please note it down carefully. Don't forget it, because many students forget the sign conversion, what to use plus, what to use minus, and in the examination hall, and they just leave it because of this confusion. So this sign conversion, this sign change is very important. For x you have to use minus, and for y you have to use this sign. Now 13 by GCD of 30 sorry for that, 13 divided by GCD 17 into 17, 13. We have to compute the GCD of 17, 13, which we have already computed, that is 1. And we have see carefully at one thing, that is here we see that to obtain the value of x we just at first put the value of c, that means the x value of a already known of a solution pair, minus, after that we have used minus, then in the bracket we have used b. What is b? B is the coefficient of y. To obtain the value of x we use the coefficient of y, observe carefully, divided by GCD of AB into k. And to obtain the value of y we use d, then plus, not minus, and that we have used the coefficient of x. That means in order to obtain the value of x we use the coefficient of y, and in order to obtain the value of y we use the coefficient of x. So this is a very good observation. If you this observation will help you. Now and come to this slide. In this slide we see that x equal to minus 15, the value of c, minus 13 is the coefficient of y. We use the coefficient of y. Since we are obtaining the value of x we use the minus sign, divided by GCD of 17 into 13. The 17, 13 is the coefficients, into k. K is any integer. That means equal to minus 15 equal minus 13k, since GCD of 17, 13 equal to 1. Similarly we get y equal to 20 plus 70k. So this is the formula through which we can obtain different solution. That means we are putting the value of k. Suppose we put the value k equal to minus 1, we can put k equal to 0, 1, 2. We can put any value of k, and putting different values of k we can get different solution pairs x and y. So for I think you got my point. Now for example we get x equal to minus 15 minus 13k and y equal to that. Putting k equal to 1 or putting k equal to 1 we get x equal to minus 28. Putting k equal to 1, calculate it by yourself, and y equal to 37. And we if we put these values into the equation, that is 17 x plus 13y equal to 5, then you see that this the equation satisfies. If you check it by yourself, putting x equal to minus 28 and y equal to 37 in the equation 17x plus 13y, you get 5. The equation satisfies. That means that the equation, this is also a solution pair. Putting k equal to minus 1 we get x equal to minus 2 and y equal to 3, and this is also a solution pair. Therefore putting different integral values of k we get infinite number of solutions. So hence the solution of the previous problem is this format. In this way you can solve different types of problems, different type of Diophantine equations. I have given you an example in this slide. So for you students I have given you some home task problems to find the solution. Please write down these equations and just find the solution of the Diophantine equation. Just try to solve it like I have shown you in these slides, through these slides. If you somewhat confused, then again watch the video to get cleared. Now one thing I want to mention you, this is your home task problem. Please try it at your home. because until you solve by yourself you can hardly get the concepts clearly. So I recommend you to solve by yourself several problems. So I have given you 4 problems. Please try to solve these problems at first. So for your sake of knowledge, I just want to mention you something that see this problem, that 6x plus 4y equal to 5. In that case, if we try to calculate the GCD of 6 and 4, we get 2, and we see that 2 does not divide 5. What does it mean? That means that the solution, this equation has no solution. This Diophantine equation have no solution. Come to this slide. For in the step 1, what I have mentioned, that I have at first I have to check the GCD of AB, that means the coefficients of x and y. If the GCD divides C, that means this, we are sure that the solution exists. If not, then there does not exist any solution. And in this question, the GCD of 6 and 4 is 2, which does not divide 5. So this equation does not, the solution of this equation does not exist. I have mentioned it here because you have, I know after after watching a lot of these stuffs, you have already forgotten the first step. So I think that I should remind you this first step 1 again. So try it at your home, and if you like the video, please press on the like button, and if you are new to my channel, please subscribe to my channel, and I will make you a free and crash course on Maths Olympiad. I will try as much as I can to complete this course within 4th month. So if you like our video, please press on the like button, because your one like is a motivation for us. So please don't forget to subscribe our channel, and please also hit on the like button. So see ya, bye bye, have a good day.